it's big and heavy, but also completely not functional, which is the sort of the point that it's meant to be this, like, I guess, an inert version of an even more inert object. Like, it can't be used to make weapons or tools or anything like that, and it's a completely functionless kind of thing. But anvils always kind of look like birds to me, too, because they have the beak and the other thing. Birds are a weird symbol in my work too, because we think of them as like these sing-songy, beautiful, like soft creatures. But if you ever go near their nests, or if you ever have been dive bombed by a bird while you're on your bike or something like that, you do not want to deal with a pissed off mama bird at all. And so I think that duality of intention, disposition, and just whatever the situation is, that things can be soft and beautiful and good or evil at the same time, or hard and strong. And so that's kind of what the anvil bird metaphor thing is about. The pre-Raphaelites would use a songbird and the poppy for for death and disassociation and rebirth and all of these kinds of things. And so that kind of plays into some of the symbol system. And it's in, like, we think of it as hieroglyphics too, right? It's this kind of boop, just this one image that is meant to convey, or part of an alphabet, or has some kind of mysterious quality to it. And so images of ancient civilizations and ancient civilizations, anvils and things, the origin of making tools, the origin, like, everything goes back to blacksmithing. And so I don't know, that's kind of where some of it comes from. So like I said, the 4 paintings that I'm working on right now, and then these 2 sculptures, and each piece, and all the other ones that are in the house that are going to be a part of the show, all kind of, they're all pieces of some, not to say that there's some grand narrative to all of it, but that there are elements of story, or elements of narrative that exist within them that are not specific. Like this guy with the bird here, like, I don't know who he is, but he looks like me, and there's some kind of communication that's happening here between these two. To me, it kind of looks like, I don't know, like asking for forgiveness, or sending a message, or trying to talk in some way. And I don't know, I like clouds and string and really, blocky kind of fabric stuff. Like, if you ever look at pictures of Magneto in the X-Men from the 90s, he always has this kick-ass, like, ruffled cape that goes up and over like that, and the helmet and stuff. I always thought that was cool. So I was like, I like that, I'm gonna put that in here. It also has elements of, like, medieval religious painting, right? So, like, all the halos and stuff, and multiple figures in this sort of either ethereal or disconnected from reality kind of space, like in this, if you look at the Sistine ceiling or something, or like Bosch's altarpiece, right? The Garden of Earthly Delights. There's all kinds of weird shit that's all over it that just doesn't make sense spatially, and you don't care about what's not in it, or where they are, or geography or whatever, but there's some interplay that's happening between every element in it, either symbolically, physically, intellectually, between the things that are in there, and that kind of busyness and complexity, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. I think that you can appreciate the body in multiple ways, right? Like, there's the obvious, right? The magazines and all of this, and the sort of predatory advertising that plays on people's insecurities and all of these things. But I think, like, even just seeing people out jogging during the day, you're kind of, maybe I'm projecting, but there's like a transfixion that happens where you're like, this person is, they're like using the thing that they have in the way that it was intended, and it's kind of beautiful. And you see things that you wouldn't, nor that you don't see in really either cloistered or closed off or sort of proper environments. And I think that it says a lot about a person. Like, your back tells a story, no matter who you are. Your hands tell a story. And I think that we, as a culture, as a society, don't express ourselves with our bodies necessarily enough. Like, I think that there could be more of that, and it would create maybe more equality and appreciation for all kinds of things, like privacy and consent and respecting distance and being able to appreciate from afar. All that kind of stuff. So this guy, Harry Clark, I had no idea who he was or anything, but he did these really crazy stained glass windows that they just completely, as insofar as a stained glass window can be iconoclastic, he did it. Telling stories of old, like, Irish mythology or even, or Catholic, like the Bible or history or whatever, and getting to do them, like, where would you see that, right? That doesn't look like any ecclesiastical stained glass window. That's kind of what I'm doing a poor imitation of, I think, where he has there's all these little dots and details and animal forms, and his style is connected to, like, the illuminated manuscript tradition from the Middle Ages, of all of these floral kinds of animal motifs and things like that are in there. And in terms of, I don't know, identity and personal history and all of that kind of stuff, I want to be able to, at least in some small visual way, connect to that and feel like I'm participating in it and that it is a part of what I do and the way that I do it. Read the blog, but don't judge. I tried to make them thoughtful essays, but I don't know what they ended up being. I've been working on a new thing to put in there for like 7 months, but I kind of got a little scared putting it out there. Come to the show, please.